sounds amazing.
What's up guys, we're out at the Ridge Motorsports Park, and in this video I'm going to be doing a first ride review on this bike, the 2026 KTM 990 RCR, so let's jump into it.
Alright folks, we are out here at the Ridge Motorsports Park on the brand new 2026 KTM 990 RCR. We're going to be taking it out on the track for a first ride review. We're out here today with Track Days. Let's see what this thing's all about. Oh yeah. Woo! That motor feels amazing. So right off the bat, the power on this motorcycle feels incredible. It makes about 130 horsepower, 128 horsepower from the 990 motor, and about 74 foot-pounds of torque, which is really right in a sweet spot. Oh yeah. The 990 motor is a parallel twin, so you've got torquiness from that motor, also a smooth, expectable power build. It feels almost like the power from a Gixxer 750, but less rampy and a little bit smoother from that twin power plant. The ergonomics on this bike are surprisingly comfortable. So the handlebars are set really wide and turned out, but then the distance from the seat to the handlebars is relatively short. And the distance from the foot peg to the seat is kind of long. So the bike's super comfortable. It's almost not quite an upright riding position, but a little bit more so than the full-on Super Sport, which would make it a great street bike. But it is... it's working pretty well out here at the track too, so a nice middle ground with ergonomics. The bike weighs 420 pounds wet, and it feels extremely light. Tipping it into these corners is really effortless. I also noticed that the braking on this bike is tremendous. So you've got the latest Brembo, high pure, black ceramic coated front calipers, steel braided brake lines, and a Brembo radial master cylinder all stock on this bike. Top level brakes on it, and it feels amazing. That, you know, the braking and then the lightness of the bike make stopping this bike just a breeze. The quick shifter is super buttery. Has both quick shift up and down. Man, those brakes are just amazing. Right off the bat, I'm really impressed with this bike. It's just got like a really nice level of power where you feel confident right away. Some of these bigger bikes with 200 horsepower, you're just having to feather the throttle and be very careful not to upset the chassis on the bike when you're mid-corner applying throttle. But this has just got a nice 130 horsepower. Oh man, those brakes are amazing. The bike comes stock with some really good tires too. These are, I think, the Michelin Sport Cup. Great captor tire. I'm feeling very confident on my level of grip right now. There's an insane amount of electronics on this bike, all centered around this giant touch screen, which looks beautiful, but it's quite gadgety. I love it, but it was just a major distraction having this huge 9-inch iPad thing just flashing at you all the time. And what's interesting about this bike is it comes from the factory with a tech package that includes quick shifter, some of the other electronic features, cruise control, I'm not sure, I'll list them right here. But once you get to the 600-mile point on the bike, a lot of those features become disabled. Basically, KTM is giving you a free trial of some of these features, hoping that you'll pay an additional $800 or $1,000 to activate the tech package, which this bike has the tech package activated, which is nice, but it is a little bit of a little bit frustrating that KTM would make you pay extra to activate features that are already installed on the bike. Oh my gosh, little late there on the chicane, but they feel amazing. And honestly, the front suspension on this bike feels really good too. You got fully adjustable WP forks, which for a stock bike, they feel really good. I ride a GSXR 750 that has Showa big piston forks, and they feel better than the ones that are on my Gixxer, as you would expect from a bike that costs more than the Gixxer. So this bike has an MSRP of right around $14,000. That does not include the tech package, so maybe about $15,000 with the tech package. Just got my knee down for the first time this session. I haven't really been hanging off as much, but the ergonomics make it pretty easy to get your knee down. The bike is very narrow since it's a parallel twin, especially compared to inline 4-cylinder, like any other traditional Japanese super sport. It feels almost Ducati-esque riding it for how narrow it is. Feels like kind of like a Panigale V2, like the older ones. This bike just looks amazing too. So you've got aero winglets on the front of the bike. You even have aero on the belly pan right near the rear tire, which is something you see on a lot of MotoGP bikes. You also see it on the super expensive limited production KTM RC8C that came out last few years. That was a $40,000 track only homologation special, or not homologation special, just a track only limited production run. So let's pull the bike over here and do a quick walk around, first impressions of it. All right, 2026 KTM 990 RCR. That was a really fun bike out on the track. I am amazed at how confident I felt right away on this thing. Everything from the power delivery to the lightness to how good the brakes are to how well the bike handled, really. I felt like I could go at a relatively fast pace right off the bat. A big part of that was these amazing Brembo high pure calipers, Brembo radial master cylinder. It felt amazing. Then these WP forks, like I said, felt like a major improvement over the GSXR, for example. The 990 motor power delivery was super smooth, built in an expectable way. 128 claimed horsepower. It felt good. I did notice going down the straightaway that it felt like it was really building strong up to maybe about 120, and then it would not peter out but kind of taper off. This one has the Leo Vince slip-on exhaust. Let's hear that. Woo! Sounds amazing. So this is a completely stock 990 RCR. We just pulled the license plate and turn signal taillights off, and this thing just looks like from this angle, it looks like a straight up MotoGP bike. Whew, man, this thing is sick.
Thanks for watching this first ride review on the 2026 KTM 990 RCR. Hope you guys liked it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see more videos like this right when they come out, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.